The Supreme Court gives lawsuit immunity to Border Patrol agents who violate the Constitution. This is on Vox.com from Ian Millhiser. And this is a very interesting scenario. The Supreme Court handed down a decision on Wednesday which effectively gives Border Patrol agents who violate the Constitution total immunity from lawsuits seeking to hold them accountable. Justice Clarence Thomas, majority opinion in Egbert v. Bioli, moreover, has implications that stretch far beyond the border. Egbert guts a seminal Supreme Court precedent, Bivens v. 6 Unknown Named Agents, 1971, which established that federal law enforcement officers who violate the Constitution may be individually sued and potentially be required to compensate their victims for their illegal actions. Egbert is a severe blow to the broader project of police accountability. While it does not target lawsuits against state law enforcement officers who violate the Constitution, it all but eliminates the public's ability to sue Border Patrol officers and possibly all federal officers who commit similar violations. In fairness, Egbert does indicate that people who believe their rights were violated by federal law enforcement may file a grievance. Oh, a grievance. Isn't that great? A grievance with the law enforcement agency that employs the officer who allegedly violated the Constitution, but such grievances will be investigated by other law enforcement officers, and no court or other agency can review a law enforcement officer's decision to exonerate a fellow officer. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You can file a grievance, let us know you're upset, and then we'll put your name on a list of people that got pissed off. And we're not going to use that list to harass you in the future. No. But we're going to put you on a list of people who filed grievances, and also we can do whatever we want to you, and also we investigate each other. Great. And perhaps more importantly, Egbert most likely shuts down a civil rights plaintiff's ability to be compensated if their rights are violated. The plaintiff and Egbert alleged a very straightforward violation of the Fourth Amendment. The plaintiff, in this case, Robert Buell, is, admittedly, a somewhat shady figure. Buell operates a bed and breakfast along the border between Washington State and Canada, one cheekily named the Smuggler's Inn. Though Buell has, at times, acted as a paid confidential informant for immigration officials, his guests sometimes use his property to illegally cross the border. According to Thomas's opinion, federal agents also have seized from the inn shipments of cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, and other narcotics. So, of course, this has to do with the fucking drug trade. Drugs that shouldn't even fucking be illegal in the first place are what's causing your fucking rights to be stripped away. Isn't that insane? Nevertheless, Buell alleges that he was a victim of a fairly straightforward Fourth Amendment violation, the use of excessive force by law enforcement officer. In March of 2014, Bioli, welcomed a guest who had recently arrived in the United States from Turkey. The guest was lawfully present in the United States. Federal Border Patrol agent Eric Egbert decided to confront the guest when he arrived at the Smuggler's Inn. Upon the guest's arrival, Egbert drove onto Buell's property and approached the car containing the guest. Egbert refused to leave after Bioli asked him to do so, and then Bioli stepped between the Border Patrol agent and his guest. Egbert then allegedly shoved Bioli against the car, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground. Bioli sued, claiming that he should be compensated for this alleged violation of the Fourth Amendment right to be free of excessive force. So, basically what this is establishing is if you live in an area near the Border Patrol can do whatever the fuck they want to you for no reason, even if you're not their target. If you're just walking on the street and they just want to do like an AoE attack like it's a fucking video game, they can. And I also want to show you this map. This map came to prominence in the 2020 protests when Donald Trump unleashed Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon. And, Portland, not that close to the Canadian border, but what it is close to is the California border. The Pacific Ocean. And so this is a map of everywhere in the United States because that Border Patrol can act in an official capacity because there's an established 100-mile radius from any border, and that includes the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. The oceans, motherfucker. So if you live basically in any major city, Border Patrol agents can effectively do whatever they want to you. That's what this Supreme Court ruling seems to indicate. If you live in the entire state of Maine, Florida, or Michigan, the entire state, you're fucked. Border Patrol can do whatever the fuck they want. Anything at all. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is crazy, but this is the world we live in. So let's get back to this. Where was I? These facts, as Justice Sonia Sotomayor notes in dissent, closely track the facts in the Bivens case. In that case, Sotomayor explains the plaintiff alleged the Federal Bureau of Narcotics agents unlawfully entered his apartment in New York City and used constitutionally unreasonable force to arrest him. And Bivens determined the plaintiff could sue the officer who allegedly used excessive force. The Fourth Amendment prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures, and Bivens established that a violation of this amendment by a federal agent acting under color of his authority gives rise to the cause of action for damages. Before Wednesday's decision in Egbert, in other words, it was well established that federal law enforcement officers who use unconstitutionally excessive force may be sued in federal court. Egbert explicitly exempts all Border Patrol agents from this rule, and it could be read to exempt nearly all, if not all, federal law enforcement officers from Bivens suits. Isn't that great? So this is a country, a so-called country that exists, and it's getting better and better every day, let me tell you. Isn't that crazy? The Supreme Court, unelected body, by the way, appointed by presidents who lost the popular vote and confirmed by senators that were represented by 40 to 50 million less people than the other party. Isn't that insane? It's fucking crazy. I mean, this shit's insane. I mean, it's not even. It's Looney Tunes. I mean, it's a joke. It's a cartoon. This is like a really bad sci-fi book. I could write a sci-fi novel and then just make all of the examples of like a Black Mirror style dystopian sci-fi future, and I could just make all the examples of bad stuff in the book be actual cases that the U.S. is doing. I could add a couple laser guns to it, and I guarantee you it would be a bestseller. Like, we are in the dystopian sci-fi future. That's where we are. Welcome. Hello, everybody. We're here. It's insane. Anyway.